Hey guys, and welcome to the Hummingbird Unofficial podcast. Today I'm joined by Ryatt from Hummingbird, as well as our regular guests such as Hana.
Hi.
And Jordan.
Did you just call me a guest?
Regular
We're hosts, not
hosts. Did I say regular guests?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because you guys are guests and I am the main host. Oh god, I'm deeply sorry. So yeah, Hana and Jordan are our hosts, and Ryatt is our guest. So yes, Ryatt would like to say hello.
Say hi, Ryatt.
Hi.
He's very enthusiastic today.
So Ryatt is not only is he a very special person or a friend, he is also one of the moderators on Hummingbird. So briefly, let's ask you, what's it like to be a moderator on our favorite anime recommendation site, Ryatt?
Fun. That sounds great.
No, it's actually not that bad. For the most part, the community is pretty nice, so I don't have to actually do much except for adding screenshots.
But you said it was fun, and then you said it's not that bad. What? Is fun bad? Ryatt.
Have you ever had to wield a banhammer?
Not yet.
Have you ever had to wield a hammer to build things?
Yes.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic.
I have one last question for you. How do you feel about cilantro?
Me gusta. El cilantro.
I have no idea what you just said, but okay.
Moving right along into admin chatter, I have some news about our hosting situation. We are currently awaiting authorization, or whatever the word is, where I signed up for the account and they have to make sure I'm a real person who can pay them. So we should be able to give you multiple platforms on the podcast again very soon.
That's awesome.
Whoop whoop. And for those of you who did not see the announcement video before, by the way, we also have a presence on social media networks such as Facebook and Twitter now.
Oh yes,
Indeed. So go and follow us and like us.
There will be links in the thing.
Show notes. In the show notes.
Also, we'll be updating news on Hummingbird, so if you want to go follow either me, Hana, or Jordan for the updates, you should be able to get it through your activity feed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so what are we talking about today, guys?
Well, who's going first with what they've been watching? I have my activity feed up.
Me too.
Let's go with the guest first. Right, what have you been watching lately?
Lately, I've actually been catching up on all of my spring shows that I've put off until they finished airing. So I just started OreImo Season 2 and Hataraku, or The Devil is a Part-Timer.
Okay, so how do you feel about OreImo?
I just saw the first episode and I'm actually a little bit let down. But it's only the first episode.
Why?
Why
are you let down?
I don't know. I guess the awkward relationship between Kirino and what was the main characters? Kyosuke's. Their relationship in that first episode seems a little weird. Not to mention Kuroneko and him are very awkward too. After that last OVA.
Oh, so you saw the OVAs?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the OVAs. I guess I need to go and search those out and watch.
But being awkward is part of the feminine charm.
Talking about being awkward, I found it a lot in OreImo. Do you know when there's such an embarrassing scene in the show that you actually have to pause it and then like try and look away?
No. So, what do you think, since we did do Devil is a Part-Time as a featured last episode, what do you think of it, Ryatt?
It's hilarious.
Excellent.
I've been laughing so much.
What was your favorite part?
Yeah, my favorite
As long as
part...
it's not a spoiler, by the way.
No.
Not today.
At least you won't understand it unless you've seen it. You have to have seen it. But my favorite part so far has been when the underling, I'll call him
Ashia,
yeah. He says that he forgot his general's mantle and had to go home to get it in the middle of a fight.
which is exactly what I said.
And that just made me crack up.
It doesn't sound like it's the best scene, but it really, really is.
That and Emmy's facial expressions are amazing.
It's true.
So have you been watching anything else?
I finished some older shows. The most recent one being Infinite Stratos.
Oh. Oh.
So what did you think of Infinite Stratos?
It was a deep and meaningful look into society's gender role issues.
And then it flips him on his head.
Yeah. No, it was a really good.
Because in this anime, women are useful.
Mm-hmm.
Blatant sexismisticness.
And before that, I watched Freezing. So
You watched what?
Freezing.
What is that?
Oh, I saw that today. In a store, I mean, not watched.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
it's a very
It has boobs.
gore-filled, ecchi show,
So that would explain why I've never heard of it.
probably. And there's only 2 guys.
Are they both hot?
No.
Oh, okay. Alright, so does that wrap up what you've been watching?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Is there anything in this list that you've been watching that you would especially recommend to our listeners?
No.
I mean, aside from Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yeah, Freezing is actually really
Cold?
Pretty cold, man.
it's a pretty cool show. No,
It's
actually a really
cool
good ecchi.
show.
Yeah, it's really. You should check it out. It's not your typical ecchi show. It has a lot of action and decapitations.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds sexy.
That's
Are there disembodied breasts in it? This is the real question.
cut breasts.
Oh, that's not as good.
Okay. Moving right along.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, go check out Freezing. James, you get to choose which of us goes next.
I have the power.
Yes, you have the
Oh,
power.
no.
Your fates depend on me. I'm gonna go with Jordan, actually.
Oh no! He chose me. I was
Yes, I
trapped
did.
in that ball for so many years, and he finally chose me. Oh my. Anyway, so continuing from last week, I guess. I mean, last episode, I should say, because we all know this is a bit late and stuff. I finished Bodacious Space Pirates.
Damn it, Greg. Started watching Bodacious Space Pirates because of you.
Damn it, Greg.
And he's like, this doesn't have a lot of fan service in it. I'm like,
It doesn't.
that was the sound of me smacking my
It
forehead.
doesn't have that much. It's all in
So-
the title.
What's the plot of Bodacious Space Pirates?
There is this little schoolgirl who likes to fly, and by fly I mean sail, because they're space pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And they have these little yachts,
Mm-hmm.
which are more like boats. And they go whoosh. And then it was all like, my father was like this big guy, and he was like the king of the pirate ship.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then he like dies, which isn't a spoiler because that was like first episode and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so like then they all like no, but then she's all like, I want to be a pirate. Well, she's not really want to be a pirate. She's like, I want to go to space. And she went to space.
Okay. So what did you rate it?
I would rate it I would rate it 3.5 stars, but since I can't rate it a half of a star, I'm gonna go with 4.
Half stars are coming. Half stars are coming.
They better be. That waveform. Let's just scroll up a little bit. Next I watched Deadman Wonderland, which everyone should go watch.
I've heard really good things about it. What it is about?
It was good.
It's so good I can't talk.
Sorry. I just really don't like...
Well, what Deadman Wonderland is about is there's this kid, and then, like, he was in his classroom, and then this dude, like, flew, and then killed all of his fellow schoolmates.
You got a lot of things with flying, huh?
And then he was the only one left alive, and then he got thrown into a prison called Deadman Wonderland, and then... something survival game. I referenced the opening for Future Diary right there.
Ryatt, have you seen Deadman Wonderland?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
They also bleed a lot.
Yeah, it's mainly based on blood.
Yeah.
So the title of this episode for the podcast should be Gorefest.
Well, maybe there's ponies coming later.
Damn it.
I certainly hope so. We need some ponies to balance out.
I honestly did not like that show.
Oh, I can fill in with something. I think the rest is pretty lighthearted from what I know.
Okay, so Jordan liked it, Ryatt didn't.
You didn't like it, Ryatt?
No.
Why not?
It was super rushed.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't usually think that much while I watch things, as you could probably tell.
Well, neither do I.
Yeah.
But the first half was so slow, and then the second half just... everything happened.
Yeah, to be fair. Anyway, since I have more, I then watched Chobits, which apparently there's 24 episodes, but I only found 22. James, why are you typing? No, James, tell me. What are you going to say? James didn't like Deadman Wonderland.
But we've moved on, so it's too late. Hence why I was typing.
No, you said that you didn't like it, and it's going to be in the episode.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
I heard you. I heard
But
you heard my inner thoughts. Okay, yeah. So what were we talking about?
Chobits, which
Chobits. Ooh, Chobits.
Are there actually 24 episodes? Because I only ever saw 22 of them, and that's like it seemed to end and wrap up, sort of. Is it did that
maybe
thing?
specials? I don't know.
It's listed on Hummingbird as 24, but I only found 22. And it
I
seemed
think
to
they
wrap
did
up.
the whole OVA malarkey, like in Bakemonogatari and OreImo,
Oh.
when the OVAs actually count as episodes for some strange reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, anyone want to talk about Chobits before I do?
I didn't like. I watched Chobits very long ago, like when it first came out on DVD, and you know, at the time I was a huge Clamp fan, like a huge Clamp fan. This is back before they did Tsubasa, a long time ago. I didn't like it. Like, it didn't have what I felt was the clampness. It got dark, because that's what Clamp does, because even Cardcaptor,
Which is the first thing I ever watched, by the way, just in case.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't find it nearly as dramatic as what other things Clamp had put out prior to the point.
What did you think of it as a standalone rather than comparing it to the rest of Clamp?
I thought that it was trite and boring, honestly. If it hadn't been Clamp, I wouldn't have watched it.
Chobits is the one when there's like humanoid computers.
And he finds the one in the trash and he takes her home, and then he has the whole I want to do her, but she's a robot. And
okay, yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, basically every Clamp thing is the same. And I have a reason for that. I really do not like the art style.
You don't like the noodle people?
No. I think Clamp just ruins basically everything it touches.
But you like One Piece. One Piece has noodle people.
Yeah, but there's a reason why there's noodle people. I mean, it's actually in the story.
Everyone ate too much ramen that day, and then they turned into noodles.
So yeah, I really don't like the art style. So like evidence of that can be found in like Blood Sea and Geass. But Chobits had an interesting plot. It just, like you said, it was really boring and it didn't keep me entertained, so I stopped watching. So
Right, have you seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. It was alright. I just hate drama, and that second portion, like, they just come up with the dumbest stuff. It's like contrived.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what did you think of it, Jordan?
Well, I'll be honest, I was like this week, or the last week really, I've been mainly watching dubbed animes because I've kind of wanted to do stuff, which is why I'm like 3 weeks behind on everything that's been airing. By everything I mean most things, except Attack on Titan and some things that like Devil as a part-timer. But yeah, I need to catch up with that. So I wasn't paying the most attention, so I kind of liked it. Because whereas most people would have gotten bored or something, I was kind of watching...
doing other stuff to keep your attention. That's smart.
That's what I always do. That's why I like dubbed anime, because I don't have to focus on reading it. It's not like wasting time, per se. Even though it's not really, but... I get bored of reading sometimes. I don't read.
Yeah. Bakemonogatari is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can just sit down and marathon all of it at once.
Oh, I'm gonna try.
I sense a challenge in the air.
I mean, if you can do it, like, record yourself reading, and I'll just, like, watch you.
I'll watch you in your sleep.
For all 15 episodes.
Well, you do know that I understand, like, half of most animes
Hana?
in Japanese. I don't have to
Hana?
read it all. What?
There is no white space.
There's no white...
And
Oh, no!
James, do you mean, like, as in, like, all those panels? I like, tried to watch one episode on my phone one day, and I just kept seeing, like, panels of words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, alright. If there's no white space, I'm not going to be able to get through it, because my brain kind of needs white space to read.
It's literally just dialogue.
It's
Oh
like,
my God.
I like
They're like, oh yeah, like, here's the novel with some pictures.
So it's really a visual novel.
More or less, but it's an anime because people, like, read it for you, but they haven't dubbed it, so, yeah.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I understand a fair amount of Japanese. I'm actually studying the language, and although I'm not nearly as good as, say, Ryatt, I don't have to look at the screen all the time in order to understand what's being said.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. So, next, since we seem to dwell on things a lot, I finished To Love Ru Darkness because I was waiting for the Blu-ray releases, and that finally happened. So that was fun, because To Love Ru was like the first ecchi anime I ever watched, and to see the continuation with that one, like, popsicle or whatever you people would call it, yes.
Yeah.
Then I finished my teen romance comedy, Date Alive. Actually, no, that's a lie, I didn't. I'm waiting for one last episode, because I can't. Because my teen romantic comedy is, like, only on the American Crunchyroll, which someday I hope we can get around as a topic, because that bugs me, personally. But
my biggest problem with Crunchyroll is like, oh yeah, so you want to support the industry, you want to watch shows on here. Yeah,
Okay, we're not gonna. No. We're not gonna get
Yeah.
into a discussion about.
I
that.
don't have a credit card, so I can't watch
yeah.
stuff on Crunchyroll.
I also finished Valvrave.
And
it was. I can't. There are 4 more months, but we'll talk about that next week, and it better be next week.
yes,
'Cause I'll be-
yes.
Actually, did we? No, I'm the first actual person, so I'll say that one for last. I've been watching Seto no Hanayame, which is My Bride is a Mermaid, because my friend's been bitching at me for a good long while to watch it. And then I found the dub, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it while I do shit. I haven't finished it yet, I'm on the 24th episode, even though there are 26. I could have finished it, but I didn't.
You're
yet.
savoring it, right?
Yeah, I actually am. I really like it, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm like,
I assume that it's a romantic thing, since it's talking about brides,
Yeah.
and comedy, since it's talking about mermaids.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So, Hana.
I've been watching something we're going to talk about later. I have officially dropped Utano Prince Sama Maji-Love 1000%.
Cool.
Did all the hot guys die?
No, it's just hot guys and no plot. Really?
I don't see where your problem comes from. Are you just gonna save it for the long nights?
Yeah, I'm gonna save it for when I have to do shit.
I don't see how that would work.
So I can just have it on and have the pretty visuals and not have to pay attention to it.
Oh, okay.
That'll be my... I'm doing something else. I also finished Valvrave, and I am itching to talk about it, but we're not going to talk about it in this episode. We're going to save it for our Spoiler Fest, which is going to be a special episode we record very soon. What else? I haven't been watching a lot lately. I watched the... I know it says that I watched Code Geass, but I didn't actually watch Code Geass. I set it up since we now have the rewatched feature on our libraries. I had to set up because I'm rewatching Code Geass with some people, and I wanted to be able to keep track of what episode we're on.
I think you mean Code Geass, as the manga entertainment unboxer person said one time.
Honk, honk.
I think that's why they look like birds. But yes, do go on.
I watched the first episode of Karneval, and it's really pretty, but I'm not sure that my brain can handle it. Okay, brief plot synopsis is you've got a guy who is good at explosions, and there's a hostage situation in a train, and there's another guy and a chick who fly through the air and are magic and are part of Circus, which is the special forces spy.
Do they walk on land?
It's really weird.
Wait, you said they flew.
Yeah.
Then why is it called Surface?
Circus.
Oh, I thought you said Surface.
Circus, with clowns and elephants and the ringmaster, and it's really pretty. It's got that going for it.
Reminds me of my featured anime.
But that's, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it or even watch any more of it. I finished watching this season's Attack on Titan. Are they putting anything else out this season? Is it?
Huh?
Or is it done airing for now, or do we have a break with Attack on Titan?
I don't know about a break, but I know it's not done.
Okay, well, I'm up to date on it. I'm up to date on Double as a Part-Timer. I'm up to date on... Well, I finished OreImo Season 2. And I guess all of those are going to be talked about in the spoiler cast, so I have absolutely nothing to say. And then I watched my featured anime, which we're going to talk about later. So, James.
Go on, last name.
I've been rewatching OreImo.
Again.
And
does it make you happy?
Yeah, it makes me happy. I actually found it quite kind of interesting.
This is new
because
drug.
there's characters from the second season that just randomly show up in the first season, and they're just in the background. There's this one scene where they're at Comic-Con and is it Super Comic-Cat?
Comic-Cat.
And you know that club they join? The president is just there, and he's in the background, and I thought that was quite cool. I've been rewatching a load of stuff actually, like Steins Gate, Wolf's Rain. Yeah. Oh, and the only thing I've actually started is Serial Experiments Lain, because someone said,
And-
yeah, go watch it.
Well, it is a classic. What do you think of it?
I've only seen the first episode, so I'm not going to make any judgment as of yet.
Okay, well, as you're watching it, keep in mind that it was one of the major brainfuck anime of its time.
It's
So-
fine, I've been through the end of Evangelion.
Well, just I'd keep very close track of your reactions because I'm interested to know
Okay.
if you end up liking it or not.
Okay, now that was what we've been watching. We're now going to move on to our featured anime. So, right, who wants to go first?
Ooh, me.
Okay, go first.
Books.
I like books.
You've been watching books.
No. My featured anime is Dantalian no Shoka, which is about books.
The Mystic Archives of Dantalian
Yeah, that too.
is the English title.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I really wanted to like that anime. I remember seeing a PV and thinking, "Oh yeah, this looks really awesome," and then it really let me down.
It looks
And
pretty.
I don't know why.
I know.
It's like I want to like this, but I don't like it, and I don't know why I like it.
It
So
looks good.
It's based on novels, and I think that it's probably better in the novels.
yeah, probably
A novel about a novel.
novelception.
How novel! I think that it was a great idea. Like, the concept of it was really, really good, but it was really slow, and there was plot that could have been there, but was only in 2 episodes, and the rest of it was very ooh, let's go have, a 1-episode thing.
Let's go eat fried bread.
Yeah. Let's go smell some perfume. My favorite episodes they're the ones with the other guys.
Oh, you mean the more hot guys? I get it.
Yeah, the more hot guys. Because while, our main librarian guy is pretty hot, I kind of like the Libricide officer guy. He's my type.
Now you know, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Ryatt, have you seen Mystic Archives of Dantalian?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Not
Okay,
big
Jordan,
surprise.
why don't you give him a synopsis of your featured anime?
Books. Basically, there is this man who inherited his father's massive library, except
Grandfather.
his library. His grandfather's library is actually a small girl. And a library. And the library is inside of the small girl. And he has a key, a magical key, that when he puts the key into the girl, it opens up, and then he puts his hand inside of the girl, and
This
then
is
pulls
not
out
a
a book.
euphemism, by the way.
He pulls out a book. Books come out of girls, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know how Babby is formed.
I'm intrigued.
The lock is in her chest.
Oh.
And that's
There's
where-
another library that has a lock in a different place, and another library who has a lock in
Yeah,
a different
but
place.
but doesn't she also reside in the library? Okay, moving on. Right, Hannah, what is your featured anime?
My featured anime is, and you can blame FF Jump from last episode because his
And now you
his
know.
review for this, but it's Hyouka,
Hyouka.
which is it is a mystery high school romance show made by Kyoto Animation, which means that it's one of the prettiest things I've ever seen.
Okay.
And we all know how much I love socially awkward deduction masters.
We do now.
Seriously, you've heard me squeal for 2 episodes over Sherlock. I think it's pretty obvious that I'm really in love with the main character of this show because he's Yeah, he's socially awkward and he's a master of deduction.
In my opinion, Hyouka is one of the best animes to come out last year. And keep in mind that Fate Zero Season 2 came out last year. So it's pretty up there, you know.
Jordan, what do you think of it?
I've only seen one episode because, as I've said, I've been wanting to do other things and it was subbed. So in the end, I didn't watch too much because is the first episode supposed to immediately get you hooked?
No, it's
how long?
That's the one thing that I didn't like about it. It takes like 3 or 4 episodes to really get into the mystery, and then it stretches on, and then it stops, and then you get another little 3 or 4 episode chunk, and then you get another little chunk, and
it's really good, especially if you watch it weekly. The reason being is it sort of like drags out the suspension and makes you look forward to the next episode.
I do think that it would be better not sitting and watching it in a big chunk like I've been doing.
Yeah. Ryatt, what do you think of Hyouka?
I've actually have the same mindset when it comes to that show because I've only gotten to episode 11 and I started that back in March. So I've been taking it as slow as possible because it's a really good show, but I don't like to see it in chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually finish the featured anime, but I didn't this time. I only got up to episode 17. Because it really isn't something that you should marathon. It's like a little bonbon, maybe a whiskey chocolate that you eat one at a time and not the whole box.
Is that? Oh no! I had these brownies and they had whiskey in it, and I didn't know, and I kind of just ate them all. I was like, that tasted. Oh no!
That actually happens in the anime. One of the characters goes overboard on whiskey chocolates.
Oh no!
Spoilers, you guys!
Oh no!
Hey, I didn't say which character. I did not say which character, although if you've seen the first episode, you can probably guess which character.
The alcoholic father, yeah. I'm joking, there is no alcoholic father. Right, okay, so does Ryatt have a featured anime? Or not?
I can definitely talk about anime I love.
So, okay, we'll go with that.
Why don't we let James go first and then we can do Ryatt last?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Save the best for last, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So, my featured anime of this episode is Sola.
Solar System.
Solar System, yeah. See, you got the pun there.
Actually, the pun is because sky in Japanese is Sora, and L and R. Yeah. Huh? Can I give the synopsis of this one? Because I have it down to concise science.
Okay, if you want.
Amateur meteorologist meets creature of the night. That's what the show is about.
I thought it was about love.
What is love?
Oh, well, yeah, it's got this whole thing about love and existence and questioning one's existence and being a cray-cray bitch, but
I thought the show was really mediocre, and then the ending happened. The ending actually spoke a lot to me and made it amazing.
The ending was the only thing keeping this from being a 1 star.
I thought it was really mediocre, but then I saw the ending.
But then
I thought, masterpiece!
I do not think it is not a must.
Shut up. Just roll with it.
I like the whole concept and the sort of like the romance in the anime with how he meets up with this girl under an umbrella every night, and that's really cool, I guess. But,
I liked her umbrella.
Yeah, her umbrella was cool. But
she's got an umbrella with the sky in it because, like I said, she's a creature of the night, and it's early in the show.
Oh, spoiler, March!
Oh, it's not new, and honestly,
Oh,
she's a creature of the night. She's a creature of the night. Sunlight burns her. She can't see the sky. Sky, umbrella. It was cool.
But yeah, also, I don't know, it's just the ending.
Okay, so, who was best girl?
who is best
For you,
girl?
who was best girl?
Best girl?
Yeah, best girl.
I would say the creature of the night, but I'm pretty sure there was also... I watched this ages ago, keep in mind. I'm pretty sure there was also like a girl from his school.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and spoil this. There's not one creature of the night. There's 3 creatures of the night. Which creature of the night are you talking about? The one that's obviously creature of the night?
I'm talking...
The pseudo-secret creature of the night, or the secret creature of the night?
I'm talking about the human being. Well, yeah. The one at the school, and then at the end, the ending happens when she's on the roof. You know that one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so you liked the cray-cray bitch.
Oh, she's the cray bitch. I thought she was cool because like of how she accepted it, and then she didn't want to accept it. Yeah, but she.
Well, the entire show was her fault. Because she was the cray-cray bitch. Are we talking about the same character here?
Are we talking about the same roof? No, there's 2 roofs, isn't there? Yeah. There's one roof with the cray bitch who's like the antagonist, and then there's this one roof right at the end of the school roof, and then there's a school character girl one.
Oh, okay, yeah, so...
I don't know her name. We should...
Mana. Her name was Mana.
Mana, you've got a good memory.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I don't remember anybody else's name.
One of the best things about the show, in my opinion, is that nobody's seen it. And take that with a grain of salt. You're probably sitting there going, "Yeah, well, I've seen it."
Jordan, what did
for
you
you.
think of it?
I think James is right.
Thank you.
That it was a masterpiece at the end?
No, that people haven't seen it.
Yeah. People actually haven't seen it. It's ridiculous.
I had a really hard time with the art. Like, the faces. I feel like the animators had no concept of, like, facial anatomy for the main character.
I think the person, the animators of Flowers of Evil had a really good idea of it, though. A bit too much for my liking. But yeah, go on.
So yeah, I really didn't like it, like, at all, and like I found it kind of depressing, and
then she saw the ending.
And then I saw the ending, and I'm like, why?
Oh.
Why?
Why is this a masterpiece?
The ending,
No, I liked what happened with Mana. It's what happened with the other person that I was just like, no. Why?
yeah.
Did they melt?
I watched this
They
back
should
in the
have.
day. Way back in the day, when it was like, oh, look, this is an anime, you should watch it. And then I just watched it, and I didn't ask any questions. And then I met Holden, and then everything changed.
This is James's love song to Holden.
You bastard. Okay. Oh, right.
And then
So,
Silent
yeah.
Whisper started playing.
I do want to say one last thing about it. Oh, sorry, go.
No, I was just saying, then Silent Whisper started playing, and one thing led to another.
The last thing I want to say about this is, along the lines of Dantalian no Shoka, I really think that this would have been much better in prose rather than animated. Because it felt really, really slow.
I thought Dantalian no Shoka looked really pretty, though.
Yeah, that's something this show didn't have. I'm sorry, the faces. It's like the girls had the Clannad eyes, and he had like this really weird convex, I can't remember which curve goes in, on his chin.
Well, it was directed by Nomad. So it's really, really under budget. But I don't know where they got the story from. I'm quite surprised, actually.
If it had better art and was half the episodes long, if they had fit the same amount of action into half the number of episodes, I think it would have been great. It could have been great. Possibly.
I guess. Right, okay, let's move on to Ryatt's favourite or really liked anime.
My favorite featured show of the century is Psychopaths.
Psychopaths. I remember when you were like, hey, what should I watch? And I'm like, well, you should watch Psychopaths. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like that.
Yeah.
I should probably finish it. I don't even remember what episode I'm on.
I think I'm on episode 2.
It starts off pretty slow, so it takes a while to get into it. But once I'd say around like episode 7, things start to really like take off, and by that time you're hooked. And I marathon the hell out of I finished all 22 episodes in like 5 hours, 6 hours, or however minimal amount of time as possible.
When Psychopaths was airing, it came at a really awkward time for me because all of a sudden college became really stressful, and I just stopped watching anime in general. So, but I really do like the concept of it. I think it's really cool.
One thing that I will say that is kind of not story related or anything, but one thing I'd like, if I remember correctly at least, it did the same sort of thing that Excel World did, where the ending cuts in like partway through the episode, as in near the end. I don't know what it is about that, but that I really like, and someone sounds really off. Someone dying.
What was that?
I think that was an ice cream truck.
Was that an ice cream?
Is there an ice cream truck around here? I don't know.
Jordan, go!
I gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Oh god.
This show all around, I just.
Ryatt sounds like he's dying.
Yeah.
The whole show in general, the music, the opening and ending, and just the soundtrack and the theme of the show, it was really, it really fit my taste in shows, especially in this dystopian sci-fi. It reminded me a lot of 1984, the books like 1984.
I'm starting to hear normal Ryatt underneath the distorted Ryatt.
The aliens are bringing him back. Yay!
Right, you can do a breakthrough.
I sort of hope this actually does happen in his actual recording, because that sounded hilarious.
I liked the opening and the ending themes too, Ryatt.
Yeah,
that's about all I made out. And sci-fi.
Something about 1994 as well.
1984. It's a novel. It's a book.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just a lot of really interesting elements that I think everyone should watch.
Now, I have a question for you. Does the gore level stay the same? Because I've only seen the first episode. I saw the first episode and I kind of put it away because it's kind of one of those things that seems like you have to have headspace for it. You have to be willing to ask yourself questions about morality and society and things like that. And I wasn't in a place where I could do that.
Yeah, because in the first episode, it sort of knocks you straight in. I believe there was rape and murder and violence in it, and it was just there.
Not just that, but the concept that if you're exposed to it, you automatically become tainted by it, and therefore,
if you saw that happening in front of you, I'm sure that in some way you wouldn't exactly be like, it's from whatever, just walk out.
But no, it's even more than that though. It's like in that movie Minority Report.
I've actually seen that. Ironically,
it is very similar to Minority.
I vaguely remember it.
For those that are not familiar with the plot of Psychopaths, it's in a sort of alternate future where crime is
alternate future. How do you know? Time traveler.
Because
you now have a time traveler.
Yes, I'm a time traveler. I've been there. But crime is prevented by alerting when your how do I want to say this?
Mental state.
Yeah, your mental state becomes, they monitor you, and when your mental state becomes unstable, you get what's called the psychopaths, and the cops come and get you.
Go get you.
Because you might do something. Yeah. Not because you have, but because you might.
Now I see where... Oh, well, no. I can't... Yeah. I was about to say now I really see the resemblance to Minority Report, but it's not a case of might, it's a case of you're going to. In Minority Report, that is, from what I remember.
Well, that's giving away the plot of the movie.
Assuming I'm thinking of the right movie here.
The one with Tom Cruise.
Don't ask me about movies, man. You know this.
The one thing that really struck me about the first episode was the victim who was raped. The attacker altered her mentality state, and made it out that she was a criminal. And then what really struck me was it was really clear that she was innocent, but like no one there actually sort of treated her as she was, apart from the main character.
Well, yeah, that's because of the whole concept of their reality is once you've been exposed to this sort of thing and have had your mental state become unstable, you are a potential criminal. You're no longer a victim, you're a potential criminal. And that's the part of the reason, God, it's such a like a deep concept, like philosophically and psychologically.
And physically.
Part of the reason that he was able to get this woman to go cuckoo and, pick up the gun and, was because he told her basically, look, you're not a victim anymore. You're in this with me because, they're going to see that your mental state is now unstable and you're a criminal now too. It's like just because you happen to be walking down the street and were the person that I chose, your life is over.
That's deep, man.
Not because I've killed you, but because you've experienced this. Simply by merit of having an experience, the entirety of your life is now over.
That's deep, man.
It is, and that's. Does it stay like that through the whole thing?
It does, and it gets even deeper into it, like bringing up like fringe cases where the psychopath doesn't work. Like criminals who think they're right, so their mental state is entirely fine, but they're about to kill someone.
I was about to say that, like, you could just be really calm about everything. Like, oh man, you could just be high all the time.
But the thing is, in that society, they're used to the whole psychopath system. So when they feel like something is going wrong, they can't actually like cope with it because they're so like bent on this psychopath. Like they just rely on that for their whole like mental well-being. And then whenever something goes wrong, they can't cope with it like a normal person would be able to. And this is kind of where like the main character is able to see like the gray in everything instead of just, black or white.
And white.
It's a really good show.
Another thing is, unless like it's changed at any point, because I think the last thing I remember, like, I think I'm up to episode 8 with the like statues, I guess you could say. I don't remember what episode it is, which is why I'm like not finishing it, but the guns only work if they have like a high psychopath and all that jazz. So that would, I'm not sure if that changed or anything, but that could be another reason as to why it would cause potential issues if criminals are not sort of
yeah, you can't shoot
fucked up. It's like come on, work, guys, shoot him.
I like how it ties into this whole like Big Brother conspiracy theory.
That's why he said 1984.
Throw a brick at it. Throw a brick at it.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
If you haven't read 1984, you need to.
Yeah.
I also need to watch Lawrence of Arabia and do a bunch of other stuff, but
yeah, me
although
too.
Brief tangent here, 1984 is so depressing.
You're depressing.
I'm into that sort of thing, so.
Oh.
I kind of wanted a happy ending, but I didn't get a happy ending.
Spoilers. Right, I can't read it now because I only like happy endings. I'm joking.
Says the guy who wonders why I don't want to watch Clannad.
Oh god.
Hey, it has a happy ending.
No,
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Oh, gee, spoilers, guys. I already had it spoiled for me once, I don't need it doing twice.
I had Code Geass spoiled for me.
I spoiled Code Geass for someone because he was being a real dick. I said one
deserved
thing,
it.
I said one thing, he was fine. I said something else less important, and then he flipped out and started punching me.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're done with our featured animes, right?
Uh-huh.
Probably.
Okay, so Ryatt, why don't you introduce your topic? Why you chose it as your topic?
Fan service and why it's the best thing.
That's
You have the
another
power,
thing.
Ryatt.
No, my topic's actually animation styles, like
Oh, no.
differences in them, and how you feel about different animation styles in general.
Oh no. I'm gonna sit down now.
Okay.
I've
Well,
been standing this
why
whole
don't
time.
why don't you tell us about your favorite and not favorite animation styles and give us some examples?
All right. One of my favorite animation styles actually is pretty. How can I explain it? It's the artsy kind. I really like Hotarubi no Mori. I don't know the English title to it.
The Firefly one. It's not Raven's Fireflies. It's the other Firefly titled
Wait.
show.
I have no clue. No, it's the one with Gin is the main character. The whole
Yeah, this is the one that I haven't actually watched.
Okay,
But
yeah.
You keep telling me that I should.
it shows up more in movies than in anime, but like I really like when they put a lot of details into the environment, and they make it like as close to realistic as possible, but still have that like anime polish to it.
So kind of like that. What's that new one? The Garden of Words.
Yes.
I haven't actually seen it, but I saw the like the preview of it, and it was just stunning.
Yeah, sort of like the whole background, like in Howl's Moving Castle. In most anime, you'd find that backgrounds are just static and don't really move. So you just have two characters in, say, a classroom. They'd be talking, but but the other people in the classroom just don't move whatsoever. In Howl's Moving Castle, the environment is actually
Alive.
separately animated. Yeah, it is alive. The background is moving.
I think
it's
movies
amazing.
tend to lend themselves to that much more, like you said, probably just because of budget.
Yeah.
And length, probably, as a part.
Yeah, budget length. Because the movie's like an hour and a half, whereas an anime can be 12 episodes.
Or more.
600.
So 6 hours, yeah.
I mean, one anime that I liked was like 10. You know, to that.
Typically, and we're going with the typical numbers.
Well-
Which is
Okay.
usually 13.
Just thinking of it, a good way to actually describe animation styles would be to use studios.
Yeah, but
not
not
for
all of us
me.
follow studios like you do.
I don't
Yeah,
follow
I have-
anything.
Well, it's like you have animation styles like Kyoto Animation.
That's the only one that I can say. Like I know that and the one that I can't remember the name of right now. Yeah, I don't follow animation studios.
Okay,
James, quickly list off all the studios.
well, you have Bones, who did Darker Than
Bones,
Black.
that was it.
Nailed it.
Darker Than Black, Eureka 7, they did some other stuff. I like Soul of the
Bones.
Stranger, which is actually really good. You guys should go check that out.
They worked on
Check out what now?
Brainpower too.
Sword of the Stranger.
Oh.
Yeah, but basically anything Bones has made prior to 2012 is really good. They just dropped the ball with Eureka 7 AO. Oh god.
Ryatt, what do you think of Bones?
I think they're very good structurally. Though flawed in their articulation.
I actually do really like Bones. I'm a huge fan of Darker Than Black, so...
He was a dog. I'll stop now.
Oh yeah, Bones did Fullmetal Alchemist as well. How could I forget? Yeah.
It's the only
You got
reason I know
Bones.
them.
You have Production IG, which did shows like Guilty Crown.
Oh, Hana's favourite show.
And
First
no,
12 episodes.
you have other places like
just-
Sunrise, which did Code Geass,
Code Geass.
Gundam,
Everything Gundam.
Valvrave.
More Gundam.
Oh, that's my favorite show.
And then you have a bunch of other stuff like Studio Dean, which did Fate Stay Night, and a bunch of just like support studios. One of the best animation studios, in my opinion, is UFO Table, or UFO Table, or
Aliens!
what do they do? Oh, they do little shows like Kano Kyokai and Fate Zero,
Ah, okay.
which just looks stunning.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from the movies, in if we're gonna keep it to series, right? What is your what would be an iconic series that would let us know your favorite art style?
That's a tough choice.
The top 3. Does that make it easier?
Top
No.
3 animation. That is still tough.
Oh, by the way, I forgot Shaft, who did Bakemonogatari and Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica and stuff.
Is James typing? He's using Google. Damn it, James.
I am not actually typing.
Cheater.
Playing with Lego.
Oh, understandable. I do that all the time. Anyway,
Yeah.
Ryatt, hurry up and choose.
Yeah. As far as animation, Psycho-Pass definitely has amazing animation. I actually liked Kokoro Connect's animation too. Another Ano Natsuda Materu.
Aninatsu Dematru was done by
What's-
JC Staff.
What's
JC
the
Staff.
English title? What's the English title of that?
I don't know.
Waiting in the Summer.
Yeah,
Okay.
Waiting in the Summer.
Which is
It's
going
like
to be
the
released on DVD soon. This month, actually. July. James?
Yeah, I've got it pre-ordered.
I know, right? Anyway.
it's like the spiritual successor to Onagai Teacher.
It is the spiritual successor. It was done by the same guy.
Oh,
Do you have
okay.
any particular series that you can say embodies animation style that you don't like?
Can you say
That you
any
dislike.
any series that's
That's-
the embodiment of your hatred?
That's
That
very
is evil
easy.
within you?
Definitely Akuno Hana.
You don't like rotoscoping?
God. It is.
Dude, I don't think you realise that is like the most realistic.
But
Which isn't
it's
what
so
we
bad.
want.
Oh my god, I just saw some screenshots.
Yeah, that is the worst translation from manga to show.
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Or the manga to show, like, images are just so amazing. Everyone looks like they're high, because apparently that's... oh no, I don't want to click this.
Are they supposed to be females?
Yeah.
they're
Yes, they're supposed to.
they're all
Oh my
transgendered.
god.
That is the best example of bad rotoscoping
Here's
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Here's the thing. This makes you feel the inner beauty of women. You're all used to all of this bodaciousness of the females in anime, but this shows you the
This is
harsh
reality.
Right.
No, but it's not even harsh reality because their skin tones are flat and there's no pimples or anything.
Yeah.
It's actually worse in my eyes because of that.
I'm quite lucky, to be perfectly honest. I was going to watch Akuno Hana, but then I read the synopsis, and then it reminded me of this really awesome manga called Onani Master Kurosawa, because it's basically just the same plot, but less awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, all right, James. Since you know all of the studios, you know all the things.
Yes.
You get to pick one instead of three for your favorite.
One. Oh, that's a hard one.
Okay, then pick three.
Because obviously I could go to Safe Route and go, oh yeah, Madhouse because Batum and Redline and all that stuff. But I'm actually going to.
I should feature that.
Redline's really good. Like 7 years worth of hand drawn animation, awesome. But actually, I'm gonna go with PA Works.
Okay.
Who did shows such as True Tears, Angel Beats, another, and damn, what's it called?
Oh, so you watched another?
Yeah, I watched another. Of course I did. I watched it.
Brief tangent. How was it? I've been meaning to watch it. How was it?
How was it? It was good.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Good.
Maybe I'll feature it next week, so you have to watch it.
That would be good.
Oh god damn it! I'm not immune to stuff. Come on.
What?
Oh,
What
go
are
on.
you shouting about?
I'm not. You can't see me.
I can hear you.
Is that?
I'm a mom. I know what pouting sounds like.
Oh no.
Jordan, I can't see you because you're so deep right now.
Wink.
Okay, so you gave your three, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, Jordan. 3 examples of your favorite animation style.
The one that has pretty flowers. No, let me try.
That is very specific.
Gradients.
Them gradients.
No, no,
Gradients you might be
I
thinking
like
about.
one of them that I like is like the sort like yes. No, but
Getting real tally with
no,
shit.
I'm literally going to go, but Hana started laughing. Ones like Attack on Titan and Samurai Girls. I like the ones with thicker outlines for some reason. Also, ones like
line weight
the remake of
variation.
Megima.
Then you'll definitely like Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS.
I'm getting real tired of fucking shit, James. Did you see that video I sent, by the way?
I think I did. Yes.
The music video, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's the ones with the thick outlines. Emphasis on thick.
Have you watched Hyouka, Ryoran, Samurai Girls?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the one I said.
Okay.
I remember
I haven't
watching
seen
the first
Samurai Bride
episode.
yet because, like, yeah. I like got it on
watching the first
Blu-ray
episode.
when I went to a gaming convention of all things.
I remember watching the first episode and oh god, I wasn't expecting it. He just walks in and then there's just these 2 girls and they're just like naked and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, sup, G.
I also remember liking Broken Blade's animation. I actually really like Broken Blade or Break Blade.
Break Blade, is that good?
I really liked it.
Okay, because it's in my plan to watch.
Beyblade.
I found some of those in my cupboard the other day. But yeah, let's not go on about nostalgia and all that jazz. Actually, I kind of like the animation type style of Problem Children, or which I have a guidebook thing for because stuff and things. I'm making an abridged series about it. You should go watch that. Hint, hint, shameless plug. Hana's not here right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Beep.
Hi, Hana. By the way, you left the oven on and your house is, like, really smoky and it's starting to catch fire. You should, get out of the bathroom or whatever you're doing. I'm not sure what exactly it is. Maybe you're actually in the kitchen trying to sort out the mess, but if you could, go and fix that before everyone dies, that would be helpful. Okay, bye. Hangs up.
Okay, that was kind of random. Well,
Hana, since you're back.
Yes.
Hana is back. Yes.
So is it time for me to pick my 3
Yeah.
favorites? Okay,
I guess I did mine.
I really, really love Guilty Crown's animation. Like, if it was a dude, I'd marry it.
Oh, I bet you would.
I also really like Kyoto Animation. Their animation is really pleasant to watch. Like
Free.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Of course not.
No.
There are so many girls in that.
So many transgender females.
Are we talking about Najima? Because I came back and heard there are so many girls in that.
No, we're free because I said Kyoto Animation.
Oh.
Which I'm basing off of Hyouka because that's the main thing that I've seen lately that's been
And the
Kyoto
PV
Animation
are
is
free.
Hyouka.
Oh my god, wait. So there's loads of girls in Free?
They're all
That's-
transgender. So
That is quite surprising, actually, considering
they just
TV
look,
was like, oh, look at this
There's
shirt.
none. There's no girls in it.
they just
Absolutely
look
none.
very masculine.
Actually, I really don't think there are any girls in it. But,
It better be, else I won't watch it.
so yes, Kyoto Animation is very pleasant to watch.
Ladybug.
Yeah, Haruhi, Lucky Star, Nichijou.
Hey, we're talking. Hey, stop. No,
Okay.
no.
No,
I'm thinking. Damn it.
no, you're not. We're trying to fill in the blanks.
The anime library in my head is full of things that are very old.
Like butts.
And old things don't really age well. I mean, like back in its heyday, Magic Knight Rayearth was beautiful. It's not anymore.
Well, what is that?
Magic Knight Rayearth?
Never heard of it.
It's Clamp's Magical Girl Giant Robot Show.
Probably why I haven't heard of it.
It's fantastic.
I doubt it.
No, it's really good. It's like really, really good.
Okay, I hope so, for your sake.
But you probably wouldn't like it because it's really old and the animation doesn't really...
I've had my fair share of old stuff, like, I've been watching Lupin for a while.
Okay, that's actually old, and I will give you that as old.
Yes, that is old.
But it's good.
It is very
It is good. So
I remember watching this one episode and they were talking about the Berlin Wall because it was still up at the time. I was like, oh.
Ooh, too soon? No.
What am I gonna
Too
choose for my
soon.
third? I think I have to go with Attack on Titan as my third, and because of the lines, not that
Yay!
they're thick, but
Aww.
it's got a very manga-y sort of feel with the line weight variation. And I know I keep talking
Yeah.
about this,
Yeah, so
but
like...
it's very
Attack-
dynamic.
yeah. It's because Attack on Titan is basically just manga. Just manga moving with colour.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next in the.
We probably won't, but...
No, really, I have lots to say about Attack on Titan, and we'll talk about it in the spoiler cast.
Levers. His new name is Levers.
How about that you don't like?
That I don't like.
I don't like you. I'm kidding.
Animation that I don't like. I don't like One Piece, like at all. I can't. I should also say here that I am epileptic, so there are certain things that I cannot. I can't watch.
I remember
because-
that I sent a link to one of my friends one time, and then he had a seizure because of it, and I felt bad.
There's certain things that you have to be careful of with people that are epileptic.
I'll send it to you later.
Thanks. Sudden shifts in color and sudden shifts in brightness are the main things. Like I can't watch anything that's in black and white because I'll have a it's not really a seizure.
Take on me.
Take on me. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Take on me. I will, like, you won't be able to talk to me. I'll just, like, my brain shuts down.
Gay. That's the noise it makes.
And then I
should probably write this down.
And
Your
so
brains.
I tend to avoid things that spark the epileptic part of my brain. And One Piece, and in addition to the noodle people, the ramen and soba.
Yeah, I don't. Well, okay, I'm gonna actually defend that. See, because Luffy ate the
Well, I can understand for him, but
the
everybody
gum-
else looks like a noodle too.
he ate the gum berry or gum
Yeah, but
fruit,
Nami
which
didn't eat
made
the
his.
gum fruit. She did not eat the gum fruit. She
She's
still
just
looks like a
very.
noodle.
She's just very healthy. And
Malnourished.
Okay,
fit.
and what about the hand girl? She didn't eat the gum fruit either. She looked like a
She
noodle.
is also very
And-
healthy. I mean, she has loads of hands.
And Zoro, he looks like a noodle.
He doesn't. He has muscles.
He looks
Buff
like a
noodles?
muscly noodle.
Dude, buff noodles. They just weren't cut right.
And, okay, the only one that doesn't look like a noodle is, what is he? Is he a reindeer?
Yes.
I'm glad you didn't say Tanuki, and then I would have felt bad for Chopper.
He looks like
No,
a miniature
no.
moose.
He's like a reindeer or a moose or something. He's the only one who doesn't look like a freaking noodle.
Yeah, he's a
and-
reindeer.
and-
He ate the
And the giant
human
fat
berry.
people. The inexplicably giant fat people. Because don't get me wrong,
America!
I've given One Piece its chance, okay?
Fuck
Past
yeah.
its due. I can't stand it, and the animation hurts me. Like, literally, it causes me pain. Furry curry!
What?
Furry curry! FLCL. It literally gave me migraines.
Wait,
Furry
sorry,
curry.
Did you say furry curry?
Furry curry, yes.
Fooly cooly.
Furry curry.
Fooly cooly.
Not furry curry.
Not furry curry. No, God. That would
I
taste awful.
legitimately thought that I was like, why the fuck does One Piece have furry curry?
I thought she was going completely off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fooly Cooley's animation is like, oh yeah, look at me, it's so wacky. Look, robots coming out of my head. Oh look, that person's on a moped. Oh my God, what's happening?
Anyway.
But still, people like it.
Mysterious Girlfriend X is also a weird, like, character style.
Yeah.
No, not the story, because I actually like the show. But
No, I mean, I did too, but I know what you mean by character style wise.
yeah. And Lovely Complex is another one.
I've actually been planning to watch Lovely Complex. Someone I know really liked it. So, like,
Lovely complex.
yeah.
So that wraps up our discussion. And we're going to move on to our featured review, which is for Soul Eater, and it's by Roriconfan. It will be linked in the show notes, so go and give it a read. Next, we have some news. Some news about Hummingbird. The anime pages are pretty much done. They should be up probably before this episode hits the air. If not, then shortly after. Also, Josh wanted to pass on the news that we broke 20,000 beta registrations last week.
That is a lot.
That is a lot of people. I think we have, 77,000? 6 or 7,000 people on the site that are actually actively in the beta, but that is like over twice the number of registrations, which is wow.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they have revamped the recommendations. So, if you're listening to this, go back to your recommendation page and take a look, see if you've got anything new, anything that's maybe better targeted towards you.
It says we don't have any recommendations for me.
Yeah, you have to wait and then refresh.
Have you watched all the anime?
I watched all of the anime.
Wow, your life spent watching anime must be really, really big.
Yeah. Oh no, it's here.
It's all hentai.
They're actually pretty accurate, to be honest.
It says I should watch the OVAs and specials of something I watched.
I was quite surprised because it was like, oh yeah, go watch this. I'm like, yeah, I probably would watch that, but I don't want to.
I don't know. Honestly, I from the very beginning, I was pretty like surprised with the recommendation system because when I imported everything over from my anime list, I went to the recommendations, and I had 14 Gundam shows listed. I'm like, oh, I forgot to say that I watched that. I forgot to say that I watched that. I forgot to say that I watched that.
Yeah, that happened with me too because I never updated my anime list page because I got tired of its shit. Hint, hint.
But yeah, so the recommendations should be even more tailored to you now.
I think they should hurry up and make it so I can remove OVAs and specials, though, personally. But,
yeah.
that gets kind of annoying to me.
Oh well, it doesn't... You can just, like,
Someday.
keep scrolling through them.
But I think it's in the works that you should be able to have a little thing that says, don't recommend this to me. And that should be coming fairly soon-ish.
It was on there and it said soon to be available, but now that whole thing is sort of gone. So I don't know. But
We'll see.
Let's
Yes.
talk about
Hey, Ryatt.
Dixon Science.
Hey, Ryatt. Hey, Ryatt.
Yeah.
Do you have any insider information for us?
Do you?
Since, you worked for Hummingbird and all.
That's classified. Hey,
Well,
can you tell us
actually,
stuff?
talking about
classified.
inside information, I have some inside information, which I don't even think Ryatt knows about, but
That's
I'm not going
classified.
to say a word.
That's
It's
classified.
You tease.
Josh would kill me.
I would kill you.
Yeah.
No.
We.
That's two people that will kill me. Don't worry about it. That was a very naughty question. Spoilers.
I have to try.
I don't think there's anything coming up besides the anime page redesign, and then after that we're gonna try and get the review page redesigned too.
Do you know what would be great? Character pages. That'd be cool. Don't worry. I keep nagging Josh for it.
More community sections in the forums would be fantastic.
That's definitely coming.
I think we should have galleries in the community section for fan works rather than more forums. But I won't go into that too much.
Yeah, tell that directly to Josh.
I started a forum thread on it, but no one cares. Stop.
No, they read like every important thread in the forums.
Yeah,
And I
keyword
say
important.
No, Josh actually said he reads most of the threads in the forum. He just doesn't really have the time to reply to all of them.
Cool.
I leave messages, including links to forum posts that are interesting,
Why not interesting enough?
and he puts it up on his little to-do list or suggestions.
Cool.
So he reads everything. Eventually.
He knows all.
Eventually. Okay, so we've covered mostly everything, if I'm correct. What we've been watching, featured anime, our awesome little discussion on animation. Is there anything else anyone would like to say?
Yes.
Yes.
James, is there anything you would like to say?
I have a shout out actually.
Oh, I do too.
I want to make a huge shout out to Lisa for always being there for me. I'm joking. But yeah, like a shout out to Lisa because she's cool. Shout out to Josh and Vic, especially Vic because Vic is our god. So yeah.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray to Vic my soul to keep.
I'll have a shout out for my mom. I did
Again?
it again. You don't listen.
You're just
but I
gonna
did it
thank your
again,
mom in
Mom.
every episode, aren't you?
I am, because she was like super cool and didn't
Does
bother
she-
me this episode.
Does she
Nor
listen?
Does she ever. No.
Oh.
But in case of the one day after
Okay.
I've apparently passed on due to some very tragic accident involving pretzels.
Pretzels.
And
Pretzel
choking
accents.
and then falling into the fish tank at some festival, that she will then come back and listen to these podcasts and know that I thanked her for not bothering me in this time.
You're such a good son.
I'd also like to make a huge shout out to Nil from the forums in the chat.
Hey, Nil-chan!
Yeah, was it Nul-chan? I don't know.
That's what I call her. That's my
Nul.
nickname for her. No.
I call her Nug Nug because I just think that sounds cool. Because she actually spent a bit of time helping us organise the podcast, so I want to thank her greatly.
And something that you should look forward to in the future is Nil and I, and we might ask some other females from the community, are going to be doing a sometime in the future we're going to be pulling together a little extra special tiny episode of girl talk for the podcast.
We're going to do guy talk where we talk about fan service and tits featuring Terry.
You can if you want.
Oh yes!
Oh!
You can if you want.
Oh yeah! Yeah, hell yeah!
You can have a section about the trap thread for all I care.
Nope.
Will there be volcanoes? Volcanoes, beer, and freedom.
I have one more
Yeah.
shout out, which is like the sky, because it's so clear. And it's not rainy for once in this country. Hint, hint.
What? So you're giving a shout out to the weather guy for actually getting it right for once.
Thanks, world. You did me good today.
I got a shout out.
No more shout outs. You don't get one.
I want to say I want to give a shout out to my bestie, my damn it Greg, who's sitting here with me, and he wants to say hi. So say hi. Say hi.
Damn it, Greg.
He can't hear you.
Getting real tired of your
I
shit,
really-
Greg.
Greg, Greg, I really admire your baking skills.
He always does.
He admires your baking skills.
I admire your
thank you.
baking skills. Yeah. Your
Care
sausage
about
rolls
the
are
views.
amazing.
I love your
don't know how you can
bakery,
sell
man.
them for so.
Those steak
your
bakes,
bakery.
proper top, mate. Proper fucking top.
Greg's bakery is so good.
I know it. I used to go there every day for lunch. Every day that I was around one.
Oh, okay. Right.
Greg should start another food chain called whatever his last name is.
Yeah, and then we can go there as well.
And then he'll directly compete with himself. And he'll
You guys are
open up
making me
bakeries
hungry.
right next to each other.
and make all the profit.
I'll just keep lowering prices.
Okay, we need to wrap up because damn it, Greg brought me food.
Damn it, Greg.
Damn it, Greg brought me food, and I'm hungry.
Okay.
Right?
So,
Do you have any last words for us?
Shout out to your mum. You gotta do it, man. You regress.
Shout out to my dog.
I love your dog.
Oh, what breed of dog is your dog, by the way?
Is it a Turkish
Well-
fan and a cat?
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a beautiful dog.
Well, tell your doggy I said woof woof.
He said,
yes, this is dog.
He's sleeping right now.
Aww. Do
do you know what woof woof means?
I know what woof woof means.
It's a declaration of
know
war.
what-
How could you? You can't sleep for the rest of the night. He's gonna have nightmares of the day.
Okay, guys.
Anyway, I think we've gone on about long enough. Unless anyone else really wants to continue.
Okay, so this episode's going up on YouTube. Come and subscribe to us. If you don't like us, tell us why, because we want you to like us. We want to get better. And we need you to tell us how we can get better. Tell us anything that you want to hear by way of discussion topics or any new segments that you might want to listen to.
And you can do that
And-
through many ways now, because, as I said earlier in the podcast,
Yeah, pimp
the
it.
Facebook, the Twitters, and a forum on the Hummingbird.me website.
As well as your activity feed.
Yes, that too.
So yeah, go follow us.
Well,
Should we make it like a separate account, or I don't know?
No, I follow everybody who follows me on Hummingbird. Like, I check it every day, and if I have new people follow me, I follow them.
I wish I could get notifications for things that get posted, and also hope that people don't spam me when that happens.
Okay. Alright.
Okay,
Well,
anyway.
we love Thank you for listening to us.
See ya.
It's not like I love you or anything.
Buenos dias.
Bye.